Hello, Lane here with a quick lesson on how to punctuate dialogue. First, you should know that dialogue has three parts. There are the words the character says, there is the speech tag, which says who is speaking and how they are speaking, and there is the punctuation. There are three main types of punctuation. There are the quotation marks, there is the punctuation that separates the character's words from the speech tag, and there's some punctuation at the end. It's important to know as you construct your dialogue that the speech tag can go before or after the character's words. Here's an example where the speech tag comes after. Here's an example where the speech tag comes before. Both are completely correct. Now, the quotation marks are going to need to wrap around the character's words, and they wrap tight. There's no space in between. Here, I say good morning, tight quotation marks. Down here, Gartsky yells, "I love reading!" And the quotation marks wrap tight around her words. You should also know that the final punctuation for the character's words, which could be a question mark, an exclamation point, or a comma, it goes inside the quotation marks. Check this one out. The character is saying good morning, and that final punctuation on the character's words is inside the quotes. Here, there is a character yelling, "I love reading," and that final punctuation, which here is an exclamation point, inside the quotation marks. Notice that a lot of speech of a character is going to use a comma to separate the character's words from a speech tag. Here are a couple examples. "Good morning," said Lane. Now, I'm not yelling good morning with an exclamation point, and I'm not asking a question, so we just use a comma to separate the words from the speech tag. That comma, of course, is inside the quotation marks. Here we have an example that's flipped, where first it says the speech tag, Lane said, and then the words good morning. There is again a comma separating the speech tag from the character's words. Now, how do you know where to put that comma? Here's what you should remember. The comma hugs the first word. It goes word, comma, space. Good morning, word, comma, quotations, and then the space. Or in the opposite order, we've got the speech tag followed by the word with the word, the comma right after the word, and then the space. Don't put the space before the comma. Here is a summary. If you're writing dialogue with the speech tag that goes after, here is the order you should follow to punctuate it correctly. You've got quotation marks, characters, words, comma, quotation marks, space, speech tag, final punctuation. If you're writing dialogue with the speech tag before, here is your summary of the punctuation. You've got the speech tag, comma, space, quotation marks, characters, words, final punctuation, quotation marks. One last thing you need to know, if you have dialogue between two people, you should start a new paragraph every time a new person speaks. "I love reading," yelled Gartsky. Now as Lane's replying, we need a new paragraph. Lane replied, "You couldn't do science without it." Oh, another new speaker, "Literacy is life," added Quincy, so we have a third paragraph there. Thanks so much for enjoying this video about dialogue.